You're watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
We're going to begin with a Fox 10 News alert now at 7, a crash under investigation. This is in the area of 67th Avenue and Olive. So right now we're working to get additional details for you, but our photojournalist who is on scene is reporting that they did see, unfortunately, a body. We have reached out to police for additional information. As soon as we get that, we of course will pass it along to you.
There was a bad crash at a major intersection here. We're going to take you to the West Valley. It is under investigation at this hour. 83rd Avenue and Indian School Road. It appears 3 cars were involved. All 3 appear to have a whole lot of damage as you take a look at the vehicles here on your screen. We are working to get some more details from police, including the extent of the injuries. When we learn more, we'll bring that to you.
In another Fox 10 News alert, we just got an update on a shooting call near 7th Avenue and Baseline. Police now saying this was some teens playing with a gun. One of the teens accidentally shot himself. That teen was taken to the hospital, is expected to be okay. We have a Fox 10 exclusive now as the daughter of a woman who went missing 2 years ago is now speaking out just days after her mother's remains were found.
She has some theories about what happened to her mother. Josephine Dudek shared with us that she is fearful for her own safety because she thinks she knows who is responsible for her mother's disappearance and death. Josephine doesn't want her face shown on camera. She did share with us that she believes her then boyfriend, who lived in the house with her family, was in fact involved in her mother's death. Joanne Dudek was last seen November 13th, 2022. Josephine shared with us tensions were high in their home that night. She and her boyfriend told her parents they wanted to get married and he wanted to become her legal guardian. Well, of course, they were not happy about that, and Josephine tells us Joanne was then missing the next day.
He said he hurt her.
That's all he said. There was no details.
There are, but I don't know if I should say the details.
Mm-hmm.
But he confessed.
To what?
To hurting my mom.
Josephine says her father unexpectedly passed away a few months after her mother disappeared. Investigators have now announced this week that Joanne Dudek's skull was found near New River, and we have asked the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office about Josephine's claims that you just heard. MCSO would not confirm any suspects in the case, only calling it an active homicide investigation. The so-called doomsday mom, Lori Valow, will be back in court this morning.
Yeah, this hearing is to determine whether or not she is mentally fit to stand trial in her Arizona case. A Rule 11 hearing will begin right around 8:30 this morning in Maricopa County Superior Court. Valow is facing charges related to the death of her ex-husband, Charles Valow, in Chandler. Last year, you probably remember this, she was convicted in the deaths of her 2 children in Idaho. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum will be in court today, and they'll bring us any updates on what happens in that courtroom. Happening right now, a pair of shootings are under investigation.
There are 2 scenes not far from one another, and it's just off the I-17. Let's take you to the first location. This is I-17 and Dunlap. It was around 6:30 p.m. last night. Police say a man was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. We are waiting for information on a victim or a suspect at this time, or what may have led up to the shooting.
And then that second shooting just about a mile away. This one happened on the I-17 in Cactus Road. We're only told that a man was shot, but he is expected to be okay. Police have not released any additional details about this shooting either, but we are told that these cases are not related. So again, we're going to continue to follow both of these for you this morning.
We are now learning a shooting that left a man in critical condition involved Drug Enforcement Administration agents. This was yesterday. We have Sky Fox overhead here, a Walgreens near 43rd Avenue and McDowell. It is not clear what led up to the shooting. The Arizona Department of Public Safety is now investigating the case. 7:06, turning now to the latest on our 2024 election count.
The final congressional race here in Arizona has been decided. The Associated Press calling the race last night. Democratic challenger Kirsten Engel had already conceded the race for Arizona's 6th congressional district. Incumbent Republican Congressman Juan Ciscomani winning re-election, the victory officially giving Republicans the majority of seats in the House, meaning the GOP now has full control of both chambers of Congress along with the White House. In the meantime, Republican Carrie Lake put up a video thanking those who supported her.
Oh, she lost her race here to Democrat Ruben Gallego in Arizona's race for the U.S. Senate. Take a listen.
As for me, well, I can say for certain that truth will never stop mattering to me. You will never stop mattering to me. These memories that we've made together will never go away. They will grow sweeter over time, and I will never stop fighting for the state I love.
It was a very tight race. Here's a final look here at some of those numbers. The Associated Press called the race for Gallego on Monday evening, with Gallego winning about 50% of the vote. There will not be a recount on this one, of course. Outside of Carrie Lake, Republicans had a very successful election, earning party control over the White House and both houses of Congress. We are learning more this morning about a fire at a mobile home park in Mesa, and the new information just into the newsroom here at this hour is that unfortunately it has turned deadly.
Yeah, it happened near Main Street and Extension Road. Crews from Mesa and Tempe Fire putting out the flames. They tell us a resident was found, unfortunately, inside that unit. No word yet on how that fire started. This investigation is still ongoing. Well, caught on camera, a group of accused of running a car theft ring in the valley reportedly striking yet again.
So the Optima Camel View Village's parking garage in Scottsdale captured some images that we have for you this morning, showing these suspects wearing body armor and carrying rifles. Police say on October 27th, the group damaged several cars trying to break into these vehicles, eventually took a car from the upper level. No one was hurt. In a letter, the condo's HOA says police confirm this group has stolen cars from across the Phoenix area. And this was their first theft, though, in Scottsdale.
All right, this next story might be my favorite of the morning. A Scottsdale man got quite a surprise when he found a boa constrictor. There it is.
These are the snakes you say you don't mind, that you like.
Because they're huge. You can see them coming. The little ones,
yes.
they sneak up on you. But this is what he found dangling from underneath his truck. Aaron Ricks made the discovery while on his lunch break on Tuesday. He called the non-emergency police line. They got a hold of our friends over at the Phoenix Herpetological Sanctuary. They were able to carefully remove the snake. Take a listen.
If there is an owner that wants to come forward and claim this animal, they will have the ability to reach out to us and we'll try and set something up. But otherwise, this animal will live the rest of its life either here, or if we can find it a home, we will try and adopt this animal out.
All right, so if you're missing your boa constrictor,
this could be him
it's
or
at the
her.
Herpetological Society. So they say if you find yourself in a similar situation, you find a snake. Oh, look at it, saying hello.
Wow.
They say you can call their rattlesnake hotline at the Herpetological Society and they will help you get rid of that
They're
snake.
a wealth of knowledge. They'll come
Really
yeah, take that thing out of your garage. They'll come help you out. New details this morning on the long-awaited demolition of Metro Center Mall in Phoenix, right off the I-17. There's a look at it there from our drone. That will begin at noon Monday, is what we're hearing, when excavators take down a portion of the Dillard's building. The venue set to be turned into a mixed-use community with apartments, shopping, and a whole lot more. Developers also planning to unveil the new name and new renderings of the project just ahead of all the work that will be done. Narcan kits will soon be available at schools across Arizona.
Shipments are on their way as part of the state's Stop It Task Force. The program is designed to prevent and respond to overdoses at schools. The Department of Education worked with the state's health services to secure about 16,000 Narcan kits, each of which will include Narcan along with instructions on how to use it. Any school that asks for a kit will get one.
Particularly in our rural, small communities that are far away from large hospital systems, government, and other sources of naloxone.
Well, 4,000 free kits have already been given out to schools across Arizona.
Health Watch this morning, pharmacists are warning of common mistakes their patients may be making with their medications, and it could impact their efficiency. So for starters, keeping your prescription in the bathroom is not ideal since the humidity from the showers and the baths can really compromise the chemical composition of the drugs. Instead, keep them in the kitchen cabinets or in the bedroom nightstands. Health experts also advise calling your pharmacy if you miss a dose and to organize your medications so you never never forget to take them.
And happening today, the Salt River Project is turning off the water and power generation for what's known as the river swap.
So they do this every winter. Stewart Mountain Dam holds back Saguaro Lake. The turbine generates enough power to run 2,500 homes. Well, SRP says they need to adjust the water flow for their systems and pull from the Verde River instead, which is a much smaller system that is easier to refill.
They do draw that reservoir down quite a bit just to make room for that winter runoff, because it can fill and spill, almost statistically 50-50 shot each year.
Goodness, it is beautiful when you take a look at that shot, right? Stewart Mountain Dam won't generate electricity, but dams further up the Salt River still can. It's a pretty complicated process that protects the dams and ensures the water keeps flowing. SRP says these rivers are healthy for winter and spring in the months ahead.
Also happening today, Governor Katie Hobbs will join the Arizona Commerce Authority and Maricopa County Community Colleges to discuss plans to help fund a new degree program, giving people an opportunity to learn the skills needed to work in Arizona's booming semiconductor industry. That's taking place in just over an hour away from now at the Gateway Community College in Phoenix.
You didn't feel like you're the only ones out there. You didn't feel alone. You actually felt the support and that people really wanted to be there.
Gearing up for the holidays and offering much needed help for families who have a child being treated for cancer. Santa's Workshop is opening up later this morning at the Children's Cancer Network in Chandler. Starting today, parents of children with cancer can shop for toys before the holidays. The toys are all donated and free for the parents, who will be allowed to take 3 for their child and or their siblings. Well, the Tonto National Forest is also getting into the holiday spirit. So
Christmas tree permits go on sale. You can start purchasing your permits at 10 a.m. this morning. There is a limit of 5 per person. Unlike the Coconino National Forest that allows just 1 per household, those permits will allow you to cut down your own tree between November 23rd and December 31st. And for all you Clark Griswolds out there, the maximum height is 10 feet. But if you're picking up 5 trees, you must have a pretty big house.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to put 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the living room, or a big truck.
There you go.
Pull the trailer out.
That is one of my favorite Christmas movies, though.
It is so funny.
All right, but before we celebrate Christmas, we still have to get through Thanksgiving, which is happening in what, 2 weeks from today, right?
Oh, yeah. It's coming quick.
And to help fill a big need in our community, Operation Turkey Drive launches today. The Phoenix Police Department will have a freezer truck delivered to their Desert Horizon precinct later this morning, and they invite the community to help officers collect as many turkeys as possible for St. Mary's Food Bank. This marks the 5th anniversary of the department's annual Operation Turkey Drive.